What's up, everybody? We're back again for another great conversation today. We're here at the Fryar Place. Yep, I'm Irving Fryar, and this is the place where the conversations are fire. We got a great guest for you today. Y'all come on in the room. I see about 4 of you already on. You must have been waiting, anticipating, anxiously, eagerly for the Fryar Place to air. We were right on time today. I think we were right on time, maybe a minute or so behind schedule, but we're here. We're live. Y'all come on in the room. Announce yourself. There's 4 of you watching right now. Please announce yourself so I know who is here, who's our supporters, who's joining us today. If you have any questions later on in the show for our guest, please throw up a Q, semicolon, and write your question out. I will see it, we'll address it, and we'll get the answer to your question. We have a great guest today. Like I said, we're moving in a little bit of a different direction. This next season of the Fryar Place, while it's not football season anymore, so we don't have, former NFL players or current NFL players on right now. That's not important. What's important is life. What's important is our people who we think are just normal people, the challenges they have and the successes that follow. Those are the conversations that are fire. And that's what's going to happen today. All right. We're here at the Fryar Place with Green Legion. Yep. Brought to you by Fox Sports Radio, The Gambler, 102.5. Let me give you our first sponsor read. Is that all right? Yeah. E&J Mobile Cigar Lounge. E&J can be found on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Yeah. At EJ Mobile Cigar Lounge. That's where you'll find him on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. EJ Mobile Cigar Lounge. Their website is www.ejmobilecigarlounge. Pretty simple, huh? E&J will come to you at any occasion, come to you for any occasion, any event. E&J is a premier luxury mobile cigar and hookah lounge in the Philadelphia area. Call or text 215-806-3999 and ask for EJ. Yep, that's call or text 215-806-3999 and make sure you ask for EJ. I see y'all coming in the room. David Hunt, God bless you, man. Thank you for your support, bro. You're loyal, you're faithful, you're consistent. That's great. Hope, I see you too. That's my sister. She's in the house. Cheryl Williams, what is going on? From Chester, Virginia. Wow, we got some folk in the house. That's why we do this thing virtually, give everybody a chance, even across the country, to join us. Hello, McCants, what's going on? How are you? Good to see you. I'm watching your stuff in the mornings. It's good stuff. Very inspirational. I appreciate it. I'm going to have to start getting on and making some comments. I don't want to interrupt you and have you hollering out, shouting out at me, but that's good stuff you're putting on in the mornings. God bless you. Thank you, Cheryl. Keep up the good work, Sister McCants. Richard Melton. Yep. That's up. We're at the Fryar Place. What's going on, fam? Listen, I don't want to hold you guys up. I don't want to hold my guest up. He's sitting there. He's wiggling. He's ready to go. He's ready to go. Born in the Bronx. young man, listen, I've been privileged to meet a whole bunch of young folk these days. I mean, young compared to me. They may not think they're young, but compared to me, they're young. And I've come across the paths of a lot of young people recently that are entrepreneurs that are doing a lot of great things. And this young man here, Dennis Blue, y'all, he is an outstanding entrepreneur. We're going to bring him in right now. Everybody say hello to Mr. Dennis Blue. What's going on, Blue?
Hey, man, how you doing today?
Oh, look, y'all, he's cool too, y'all. Did y'all catch that? Hey, man, how you doing today? Did y'all catch that? He's in the studio today. You probably saw him in the introduction over to my left when you're watching from the back of the studio. But he's here. He's in-house. We are elated to have him here. We're going to have a conversation that's absolutely fire today. And actually, we're going to present something to you that's really going to be eye-opening. It's going to be a little bit of a surprise to you how this young man has been able to pursue his vision and make some things happen that are really greatness like. But before we get to that, you born in the Bronx, right? How'd you get down here? I don't know how y'all do it. First of all, I don't know how people, I'm not a city guy, never lived in the city. And I really don't know how you all can do that. It's too close. It's too many people. It's too congested. Yeah. So how did you get down here? Is it something you wanted to leave or something else brought you down?
First, let me say thank you for having me. I really appreciate it. When I was younger, of course, I was born in the Bronx, very congested. We stayed there for a few years. We didn't stay that long, maybe about 5 years. I lived in the Bronx. I lived in Long Island, Brooklyn at some point, Virginia.
Wow.
I moved to North Carolina.
Wow.
And then I moved back up here after I graduated from high school. So my father is still up here.
Okay. So you went from the fast life, to the slow life down south.
Yeah.
And then you decided to settle somewhere in the middle. Okay. I got you. Because every time I go down south, it's fast up in New York. Yeah. Fast up in the Bronx, a little bit faster than New Jersey. But when I go down south, man, they just move too slow. It's very like molasses in the wintertime. Yeah. It just doesn't happen. Nobody's in a hurry. Yeah. And I like to play golf. And you get on the golf course and you got these cats from the south. My brother-in-law's like that. You get him on the golf course, he's from the south, man. He don't move. There's no sense of urgency at all. Yeah. And that for us who move a little bit quicker, that's a little bit disturbing. But you're a young man. You got all this stuff going on. You're engaged. Yeah. The fiance is in studio right now.
Yes, it is.
How is that going for you?
Man, it's great.
When you get married? What are you waiting for?
May we get married? May 27th.
Nice.
So definitely looking forward to that.
Yes. Yeah. Her name's
Angela.
Yeah. And you have a daughter named Savannah.
Yes.
Yeah. How old is your daughter?
My daughter's 16.
She's 16. Wow. Yeah. So how is she? Okay, this is a good question. Yeah, it's about to get hot now. So how is the 16-year-old? How's she adjusting to the addition to the family?
You know what? 16. I think every teenager is trying to find themselves. Mm-hmm. So I think the adjustment is it took a while in the beginning, and now it's getting better. But I think that teenage year is just like that. Girls are different from boys.
Look, I know I got 2 boys and 2 girls. They're all in their 30s now, but they were 16 at one point.
Yeah. So we dealing with the emotions and everything like that. So it's interesting. It's interesting. Sometimes I'm just like, oh, this girl. But and I know Angela is like that also. But we make it through, and that's what family's for. So
okay, I'm gonna holler at you. Tell you just make sure you're speaking into your mic.
Okay.
Our in studio assistant Isaiah is saying turn his mic up. Okay. His mic is up as loud as me. I just have a loud voice, Isaiah, and Blue is just he cool. Blue is cool. He gonna be blue. Blue gonna be blue. That's what it is. So I'm just gonna have to holler and tell him to just speak a little bit louder into the mic if he can. You, Angela. We haven't gotten into your ventures yet, but you and I want to know how this works. You and Angela, though you're not married yet, you're business partners, and when you get married, you'll continue to be business partners. How How does that work? I've come across several people, whether they're entrepreneurs or business people, that just can't work with their spouse in business. It's like oil and water. They just don't, it just doesn't happen. How are you two able to make that happen and, keep peace in the home and keep things moving in the right direction?
I think as far as with us, the real good thing about us is that we are partners. 100% we're partners. My weakness is she's the strength. And communication is key. So I think with that is the biggest thing that I could say is we communicate. We had to adjust in the beginning to know when to cut work off and when we get home. But other than that, I mean, I think it's the best thing ever. I mean, who would I not want to partner with besides her? She is going to be my life. She is my lifelong partner. So I'm completely fine with it. We get on each other's nerves, of course.
Of course.
But yeah, I wouldn't want it any other way.
All right. And I just want everybody to know that he's not just saying that because she's in the studio. He absolutely means it from his heart. I've talked to him previously and that is great. And I think and I know this is not, talking about business or anything like that. It's talking about relationships, which, we all, the one thing that God said after he created everything, the one thing that he said wasn't good was that man was alone. So we're not made to be alone, whether it's, friendships, whether it's in the relationships with marriage, we're not made to be alone as human beings. And in relationships, that communication piece, like you said, I think is really the most important piece. And in that communication part of the relationship, we have to be, we got to get this right. We have to be able to be honest, open and honest, without the temperature changing. Yeah. Some people, we're not able to say how we really feel because we're concerned about hurting the other person's feelings, or we're concerned about them interpreting it wrong, or we're concerned about them holding it against us at a later, up until a later time. We have to be able to communicate, particularly married couples. You have to be able to communicate without the temperature changing, without feeling as though, okay, this is going to take a turn for the worse because I'm telling the truth. No, receive it for what it is, talk it through, and keep moving forward. Amen, preacher. Amen.
Amen.
Daryl, Carolina, I see you, man. McCants, yeah, thank you very much. I appreciate you too. David Hunt, yeah, David loves the hats. Well, listen, we have some things in common here. He's, I'm ahead of him. I'm 60, but he's coming. You see, he's got swag. He's got some swag. So Dennis Blue Consulting Group feature. Okay. That's what's on this paper. So tell everybody what you do. Tell everybody what you do.
So I'm a consultant. I work with various different brands to build, market, and develop. I can't even tell you how many different people I've helped. I think that one of the biggest things that I've done, it's a few things that I've done, but one of the biggest things that I've done in the past was I created a platform called My Cuts. I wanted to create something that would be able to help people. I created this platform solely because I knew so many barbers, and at the time we were going through the pandemic, that weren't making money, that were struggling. So I said, how can I create something? I wanted to create something where they can win as well, because I had a friend of mine that was from North Carolina that had moved up here to Philly, and he was struggling. He was actually at the point of, he was about to move back. So in the process of that, I said, listen, man, I created this platform. I finally got it up. I think that, just give me a shot, and trust me and let me do the consulting and help you build your brand and awareness. And he believed in me. He was the first person. His name was Don Treese. He works in South Philly.
Nice.
He's now, we've introduced him to so many various different people. He cuts a lot of NFL players now.
He's in.
He's completely in. They fly him out. He goes back and forth to LA. He cuts different celebrities in general. But the whole concept was to build his brand, and not only build his brand, but build him as a barber.
And you took him from a situation, in a situation, the pandemic, And that situation created, a stressful time for him where he was in danger, I guess, of going out of business. Is that correct?
In danger. Mm-hmm.
And then took him to, if you have NFL clients that fly you to cut their hair, you're in. You're in.
Yeah.
Things are going well. Your business has gone from almost nothing to now being successful. Mm-hmm. And you did that for him. You helped get him from step A to step Z. So if someone's listening right now, and I know there's a few people listening right now who have brands, who are doing things, whether it's virtually or doing things media wise. If I want to better my brand, and I know you all who are listening, you need to listen to this because I'm connected to him. So my stuff's going to go through the roof because that's just the way it's going to be. And they want to increase their brand. They want your help. How do they reach you?
They can reach me. I'm actually doing a revise of my whole website, my actual consultant site. So I actually have that down right now, but it is going to be back up. If they are on social media, you can reach me at on Instagram, especially at Blue Consulting Group.
Okay.
You can definitely call me. I can leave you all my information. That if you need, my email is at info@bluemediaconsult.com.
Say that again.
Blue Media Consult. info@bluemediaconsult.com.
Mm-hmm.
And that's my telephone number as well.
Don't put your telephone number out there.
but yeah, if you want to reach me, you could definitely reach me there for sure.
Right, and they can go and catch you on any whether it's Facebook or Instagram. It's Blue Consulting Group.
Yes,
they can look that up that way. So if you're looking for some assistance in enhancing your brand, if you're struggling, trying to brand yourself, and I know podcasts like this and social media really took off when the pandemic hit. And now you have a lot of people. I think podcasts went from, a few 100,000 to like 5 or 6 million podcasts during the pandemic. So there's some competition now. And this is, literally, y'all, in a lot of ways, this is where it's at. Virtual is taking off. And if you're not sure about the right steps that you need to get your business, to get your brand to the next level, you need to reach out to Blue Consulting Group. All right. Is that a part of Blue Media? I see Blue Media is something else.
Well, Blue Media is actually
y'all. I told you he's special. He's special. What's Blue Media?
Blue Media is a secondary part, another aspect, a leg of the company. With Blue Media, I have brought together multiple photographers and videographers that I've worked with over the years. I've done the visual production, Philly Fashion Week, past couple of seasons. I had photographers working. I've worked with WCG, various different companies, but in one particular, I've worked with WCG, which is one of the biggest clinical trials companies in the world. I've done visual work for them, and it's just another leg of the consulting aspect. Because if I wanted to create a company where it provided everything, a one-stop shop. So if you come to me, is if you need marketing, if you need branding, if you need, which marketing and branding comes with your visuals, your content. So I just wanted to create one whole one-stop shop, and being the fact that I am about to get married, the name, my name is unique as far as my last name is Blue. So that's going to be a family. It is a family brand, but it's going to be a family brand with my soon-to-be wife. I want to say wife now, but not soon-to-be wife.
Well, this is the way I always look at it, and this is going off again. You asked her to marry you, right?
Yeah.
She said yes, right? You're married.
Yeah.
You're already under covenant. You're just doing what you need to do to make it legal so that the government acknowledges your marriage. But as far as, this is just my opinion. People may disagree with this. Y'all don't be trying to, that's blasphemy and Pastor Fryar ain't saying it. This is just my opinion, okay? This is not in the Bible. This is just my opinion. When a man asks a woman to marry him and she says yes, they're married. as far as I'm concerned. Yeah, there's a ceremony. You've had all those conversations. Yes, I'm going to take care of you. Death to us. You've already had those conversations when you ask her to marry you. We know that. You just doing the legal thing in front of people, and you already did it in front of God. Yeah. So as far as I'm concerned, you're good. You're good. We just make it legal. Yeah. So that's great, man. Yeah, you do have a unique name. So when you say the media part of Blue, so you actually go out and put together, media, whether it's commercials, whether it's advertisements, whether it's pictures, billboards, whatever, you can do all of that kind of stuff?
Yes, absolutely. It from commercials to fashion weeks to corporate accounts, you name it, from weddings to you name it. I have a team that can go out and actually fulfill that need.
Wow. So again, everybody, if you are having an event or if you're having some kind of social gathering and you need exposure or you need advertisements, this is the place to go. Again, they can go to the same group, right?
Absolutely.
Go to Blue Consulting Group, check him out, and he provides all of that kind of stuff. I mean, from nuts to bolts, from beginning to end. Anything you need media-wise, right? Anything you need in terms of branding, he's got it. He's the man. And you know what I trust? I'm gonna call it this way. I call it younger cats. That's where it's OGs. And I'm not an old guy. Now, OG, my wife says OG stands for old guy.
Still young.
I'm young at heart. I'm still 60. I'm still 60. But the younger guys, younger cats, they have a vision for what's happening now and how to maneuver in social media and advertisements and what's happening now in today's world with all of modern technology. People my age don't necessarily have the vision for that in terms of being effective and growing. So we have to rely on people like this. I have to rely on someone like Dennis to help me brand myself. That's what I'm doing. I'm not stupid. Listen, y'all, don't be stupid. Delegate your weaknesses. Don't try to do it all. There are people like Dennis who have the tools, who have the vision, who have the know-how, who know how to maneuver today in today's modern technology and today's thinking and today's way of doing things to get you to where you need to be so you can be successful in the past, but moving forward in the future as someone older like myself. And we appreciate you, man. Listen, I got to take a break for a commercial. Then we're going to come back and we're going to talk about that shirt you got on. Okay. What it says right there, it says Chiliboats. Yes. Does anybody know what a chili boat is? Listen, Echelon Health and Fitness, located in Voorhees, New Jersey, voted best gym in South Jersey 5 years in a row. Membership starting at $8.99 per month. Y'all, $8.99 per month for a gym membership. Wow. Family and locally owned. Indoor track, newest cardio and strength training equipment. Yeah. 3 studios. Indoor pool, $8.99 a month, whirlpool and dry sauna, kids club, over 100 group fitness and Thrive personal training sessions per week, including but not limited to Les Mills Body Pump and Grit, boot camp, bar, yoga, Zumba spin, and hot bar. Aqua conditioning, good gracious, aqua dance, and mat Pilates. That is a lot for $8.99 a month. Echelon members save at over 800 local businesses simply for being an active member. Call 856-454-2976 for a free 30-day all access pass or go to echelonhf.com. That's call 856-454-2976 for a free 30-day all access pass, all access, all that stuff I just mentioned, or go to echelonhf.com. All right, y'all, listen, we're going to come back. I want to show you this before we come back to this next section. Y'all check this out. that's unique. For those of you who don't know what a chili boat is, you were just introduced to the inventor of these chili boats.
Well, yeah, not necessarily the inventor.
Well, I'm saying you invented it, as far as I'm concerned. There's none like that, right? You have the patent on it, right?
No, well, the actual inventors their name is Isabel and Mateos. They're from Brazil.
All right.
I am the actual distributor for the whole country of the Bahamas, and we are now opening up distribution for the United States.
Okay, y'all, he's not saying he invented it. I'm saying he invented it, okay? So he doesn't get in trouble. I'm going to tell you they're his chili boats. he invented them. That's what I have on the post. That's what's going to stay. Okay. But man, when you showed me these things, I mean, they literally break down and you can carry them. Yeah. It's ingenious. Talk to us about the chili boats, man, and what's happening with them.
Chili boats are a high performance water bike. So when you think of it, when people see it, they're like, "Oh my gosh, you're riding a bike on water." The thing that separates us from any other water bike is that we don't have a chain; we have a propulsion system. So you don't have to worry about rusting. The bike is made out of aluminum. The holes, they inflate, and it's 43 pounds. It breaks down into a book bag. So it's more, if you think of a kayak, you have to put those on the top of your roof. They're not easy to carry. I can take this on a plane, and it costs $60 to transport. So it's used for, of course, you use it for leisure, you use it for activities. But the biggest thing is, especially with what you having me up here on your show, is want to get it in for physical therapy, for recovery.
Right.
That's one of the biggest things, and just thinking outside of the box of how it can be used.
Right. So you talk about recovery, rehab after surgeries, or even, strength building for older people, same philosophy. Is it being used now in that capacity? And if so, where?
Right now, for the most part, you see it because we're actually in 47 different countries.
47 different, y'all. This is that's the man right there. He's over here. I'm pointing to him. He's over there in the studio. There are 47. He's the distributor. He's in 47 different countries.
Yeah,
this man's working.
Yeah, we have different distributors in different countries that are working really hard. One of the guys that I actually partnered up with, me and Ange. His name is Mark. He's from Australia, and we've created what's actually on my shirt. It's called Chiliboats Adventures. We have a company, a business, of course, in the Bahamas, but this company together is more so for the media, the Chiliboats Adventures, for the media, for the whole company as a whole. So each country has a different distributor. It just so happens that I have the distribution for the Bahamas, and now we're, again, opening up the whole U.S. market, which right now there's 1% in the U.S., which is in Florida and Hawaii.
Wow. So how much does one of these chili boats cost, and where can someone who wants to get one, buy one, purchase one, own one, where can they get one?
Go to chiliboats.com.
That's easy.
Yeah, go to chiliboats.com. And for a basic rec model, you're looking at about $3,800. And for the recumbent, which is the rec model, for the upright, which is the one that sits more up like a bike,
okay,
that's $3,400. And the tandem, which is the 2-seater, that's going to be $6,100.
Now, you were telling me about these chili boats that, you don't get wet, they don't tip over.
No.
You can fish on these things. Yes. They actually have compartments that you can put on them?
You can actually put, we have an inflatable deck that you could put on the back. Mm-hmm. If you want anything that you can add on to a bike, you can add on to this bike.
Wow. So, almost like a motorcycle, you got like a little, let me get us both on here. You got to look at little storage compartments that you can attach to the chili boat.
Absolutely.
Wow. Mm-hmm. So, how did you get involved in them? Where did it come from? I mean, you're doing media, you're doing branding. Where did the boats come from?
Man, we it's funny because my cousin, this was about 4 years ago, she sent me a video. She was in Puerto Rico, and I got to meet the dealer 2 weeks ago in Puerto Rico, Merriman. So shout out to them, Caribbean Chiliboats. But she sent me a video of her riding on the Chiliboats, and I'm like, man, where? I never seen nothing like that. So me and Ange went to the Bahamas for a vacation, and I asked them, I said, you got these Chiliboats? They was like, man, I never heard of nothing like that. What are you talking about? So I did the research, and I contacted the company, and the person that contacted me back was Isabel. I didn't realize at the time that Isabel was the person that created her, and Mateo, which is her husband, created Chiliboats. They're the ones that put everything together. That literally, I'm really talking to the person. So I said, I found out information. I said, let me build a relationship, because I'm talking to this person on WhatsApp. So I'm like, well, I hope I'm not. I hope this is
the right
going to
person.
be the right person.
Yeah.
So went back to the Bahamas, found out all the information that would be needed. Shout out to Whitney, that was in the Bahamas. He's Bahamian, that plugged us and helped everything get set up. And then we started. Me and Ange, in the beginning, it was just me and Ange, and then I had a friend of mine that came on that wanted to assist with the rental aspect, the rental business that we had down there. His name is Charles, so he came in. He's now actually trying to open up the Jamaican market. He just came from Jamaica this past weekend. So that's how it got started. And then from there, I said, before I go into that country, I want to make sure that nobody can go around me. I want to have the distribution for that country. And it took some time, and I had to prove doing collectively, and built that relationship and got the distribution, the dealership for the whole country.
Wow. I hope people heard what you just said. It took some time, and you had to prove yourself. It took some time. There's so many people, particularly younger people, I don't know if it's a mentality of entitlement or what, but they're not patient enough to work through situations like that, particularly big situations, big opportunities such as you have in front of you right now. But it takes time, and you got to work, and you got to work consistently over time and prove yourself. And then people will buy in. Then people will see what you have and honor your commitment and want to be a part of it, and even commit themselves to what you're doing. So now you're in the branding business. You're in the media business. Now you're in the Chiliboat business. So what are you doing to brand Chiliboats? What are you doing to get it out to everyone where, it's going to take itself, or you're going to take Chiliboats to the next level?
Well, as of right now, we still have 2 locations currently in the Bahamas. We have Nassau and Junkanoo Beach, which you can ride the Chiliboats with Joyce. She has a hut that's on the beach. And we have them at Harbor Island. So altogether, there are 22 boats in the Bahamas as we speak. What we're doing as far as branding, we're doing, especially me and Angela, we're doing a lot of demonstrations for people that's here. Because when we're here in the U.S., people are like, "Well, what's the Chiliboat?"
Right.
They feel like you're gonna get
Right.
you're gonna get wet on this boat. I'm gonna,
So you don't even get wet. You don't even get wet
unless you put your feet in the water. I'm literally going to do a photo shoot and video shoot with me having a whole suit on, riding this boat.
Gators and all.
I don't know about the gators.
Look, you want to prove that it's for true. That's old school. You want to prove that it's for true. Put some gators on, because folk don't want to get the gators wet. Put some gators on and go out there on that Chiliboat and ride the Chiliboat and show people that, listen, I got my best stuff on and I'm not getting wet. That's awesome, man. So what can we do? What us regular folk? What can we do to help get the word out?
Well, the biggest thing is just to talk about it, to try it out.
There you go.
That's the biggest thing why me, Ange, and Mark have created the media aspect of the company, because we wanted to highlight the Chiliboats in a way that they've never been highlighted before, as far as on the physical therapy aspect, as far as on the training, just so many different lights or highlights that haven't been highlighted. within the boats.
Mm-hmm.
We just want to bring it to the forefront. But the biggest thing is try it.
So do you said something about training? Do you need some at least short training?
No.
To operate one of these boats? I mean, you could just. My mother could just jump on it and roll, and she's 81 years old. She could just jump on it, no training, and roll.
We had in the Bahamas. We had an 80-year-old who was riding on the boat that asked for more time. So
I ain't ready yet. Leave me alone.
Yeah. She asked for more time. She had a ball. Loved it. It's not
great.
a strenuous ride. It's smooth, and it's relaxing. It's relaxing. It depends on what type of water you are. You can be on salt water or you can be on fresh water.
Now, does when you say it's relaxing, obviously it can be used for rehab. So there's a certain amount of energy that has to go into it, but it's smooth. It's not jolting. It's not like riding a bicycle, going over bumps, things like that,
No.
or even being on a treadmill or anything like that. It's you're working a little bit. You have to put some effort into it, but it's a smooth transition from foot to foot as you move forward.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
That's wonderful. Keenan, what's going on? I see you, Richard. Yeah, Richard said OG stands for old gangster and BG stands for baby gangster. I never heard the BG before, Richard. You're old school. You were OG. Stu Winrow, what's going on? Chris Womack up in Massachusetts. What's up, my brother, man? Good to see you. Chris, you need to get one of these Chiliboats, man. You got stuff going on. You know a lot of people up there in Massachusetts. Holla at my brother down here. Get one of these Chiliboats. Be a part of the whole movement.
Yeah.
We're going to start a whole Chiliboat movement in the United States. Rodney Lewis, old teammate of mine in Nebraska. What's going on, man? Let me see who else is here. I said Darrell, Carolina. Good to see y'all. Listen, Blue, as we move forward, you're in the music business. I mean, what is it that you don't do? Maybe we ought to just say what you don't do.
Well,
Are you a preacher?
Nah, not yet.
Well, in some ways you are.
Yeah.
You know, listen, I'm gonna tell you something right now, and I'm gonna shout out to Angela, who is your fiance. I told her, or asked her. I didn't tell her. Don't get it twisted. I asked her before we started the show to pray.
Yeah.
To pray for the mechanics, to pray for the computer and the transitions, and so this thing would go off because this whole setup was acting up earlier. Man, Angela can pray.
Yeah. Because
this thing's going all right now. The effectual fervent prayers of Angela availeth much. Go ahead, Angela, with your bad self. So you're in the music, man. So what you doing in the music industry?
So the music was my start. I think I started in music when I was like 19.
Mm-hmm.
I'm 39 now. So
just a baby.
Yeah. I started in 19. I was more so on the management side. I was stuck in it for about 17, almost 18 years. I got to meet a lot of people. I got to do a lot of different things. Sponsored a pro fight.
You sponsored a pro fight? Man,
sponsored a pro fight in North Carolina. It was a fighter in North Carolina named Dwayne Beeman. So I had the logo on the back of his trunks and was one of the main sponsors. But it's funny, if you take it back a couple years, I had met this artist named 91 the Saga, which is your nephew.
Mm-hmm.
And from there, he performed. It was in New Brunswick. I'll never forget it because I'm like, man, he's different.
He's different.
Super unique.
He comes from good stock, bro.
Yeah, man. and when I met him, I'm like, right after the show, we was talking, and I'm like, I introduced myself, and like I said, I've been in music for a long time at that point, and I got to help a lot of independent artists. So I had a lot of respect in the music industry for really helping people. I think my motto is, if you could always help somebody, you'll always win. You know, and that's just in life. And we've been stuck together like glue ever since then. And yeah, man, I think the music industry was great. I had a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
Got to meet a lot of people. As I got older and with my daughter, and I kind of like more on the consultant side, I kind of stepped out. Mm-hmm. And that really got me into the consulting business because I had so many different connections with different people.
Right.
So people will always come to me and, oh, yeah, do you know this person? Do you know that person? Could you help me with this? Could you help me with that? So I'm like, you know what? Everything I've been doing has been consulting. So then that's when I created Blue Consulting Group. And I wanted to have broke it down into different levels or the different aspects of the company.
Wow.
So, yeah.
So what do you have coming up? Is there anything new coming up? What's going on with you in the future? What do you see happening?
Besides marriage?
Well, I mean, that's going to take up a lot of your time.
The biggest thing is really building out the Chiliboats adventure brand, and really like taking over the world. As I would say, like you have dealers that are all over the country that more so they sell and they have rental businesses. I want to do more than that. I want to be able to go out, just like I went when we went to Puerto Rico, and actually meet the people, to meet the different dealers, because that was one of the first times that had happened within Chiliboats. To actually meet them, to actually communicate, to actually share ideas, to if something's going on as far as maybe I'll give you an example, a TV show, and it's in that country. All right, listen, let me introduce you to, even though I'm representing Chiliboats, there's a company that has Chiliboats here. Let me introduce you to them to give you that alley-oop. And it's not, you're not doing it for a profit, but you're doing it as that unity. And you're you just want everybody to win. So that's really the biggest thing of what me, Ange, and Mark have created, which is Chiliboats Adventures. So if you ask me what's next, that's the biggest thing. Of course, Bahamas, but the biggest thing that's right now that's happening, that's next is the Chiliboats Adventures, the actual company.
And any Chiliboats that are bought, purchased, come into the United States have to go through you.
Yeah, they will go between me and Isabel Mateo, because they're actually moving to Florida from Brazil. They should be here this year. So the corporate headquarters will be in Florida, but as far as everything else, yes.
Hope you had it. I thought you had it on lockdown over here in the United States.
I'm definitely I'm happy to be a part. I'm super happy and excited and thankful that they did give me the opportunity to trust in me, and Mark, to be able to push and try to catapult, this company further than what it already is.
Well, it's going to happen, bro. It's going to happen for you. Listen, somebody's got a question. This is one of our regular, let me put the question so we can see it. This is one of our regulars. Actually, he's my cousin, Richard Melton. Here's his question.
How you doing, Richard?
He says, a little off topic, yeah. What's new? Question for everyone, just curious. April 2023. Gervonta Tank Davis or Ryan Garcia?
Looking forward to that.
Okay, we're back. It froze for a minute there. Yeah, Tank will knock Ryan knock him out by 6 rounds.
100%.
You think so?
100%.
Okay.
My daughter will tell you the same thing. She's a huge Tank fan.
Okay, well, I don't even follow boxing like that. Ever since Muhammad Ali and Joe Frazier finished George Foreman, and the last boxing match I watched, I think, was probably Mike Tyson.
Yeah, I was gonna say Tyson
around that time. Yeah, after that, man, boxing, it's not the same to me.
Yeah,
just it wasn't worth watching. So I don't even know who those cats are. Don't ask me questions like that anymore, Richard, when I don't know the answer to them. But Blue answered your question. You're good. Yeah. You're good to go. So let me. I am really, I'm impressed by you, Blue, but I'm also impressed when young people, because my kids are your age. My oldest is your age, same age as you. So when young people that are the age of my kids, when they got it going on, when they're really focused, when they're really accomplishing, and I know, just like everybody else knows or should know, that you didn't get to where you are and going to get to where you're going to be without some struggles, without some disappointments, without some heartache, without some things not going the way you thought they were going to go. But you keep you continue to persevere, you continue to push forward, you continue to make progress, and that's good. And not only you're doing that, but you're bringing people. You have a mindset of bringing people along with you, and as you go up, you're reaching back and pulling people with you, and that's not common these days. We live in a cynical world where people just think about themselves and not what they bring to the table, but what they can come and get from the table. So as one of the young men, black men in America today, all this other stuff going on, all this, so many ways that you could turn that are not necessarily positive directions. Here you are moving in a positive direction, getting ready to get married, raising a family, dealing with a 16-year-old girl. Good gosh.
Tough.
God bless you, brother. What is your message? What is your message to people, whether it's someone that's my age that's watching, or someone your age that's watching, or someone the age of your daughter who's watching? What's your message?
My message is that I'm not going to sit here and act like it's easy being an entrepreneur. It's extremely hard. And the biggest thing is to start and to keep going. As long as you never give up, you keep being persistent, you'll eventually come out on top. It might not happen when you want it to happen. There's been so many days, put my head down, cried, wanted to quit. But just being persistent and relentless on what you want to do, it always produces results. So for anybody that's trying to become an entrepreneur, I say just the start is the hardest part, and to keep going till you get to that finish line. And as long as you have a support group or people that are with you or around you that really support you and love you, that believe in you, it means the world. So I just say, never give up, keep being relentless, and keep people around you that believe in your vision, that support. And even when you want to give up or you feel like it, those people will be there to lift you up when you think you can't. So that's my message.
That's good stuff, man. You in my sermon for Sunday, because my sermon's entitled "Don't Quit," and I talk about how many of us along our journey, or if you're that way at some point in your life, you wanted to quit, you wanted to throw in the towel, you wanted to wave the white flag of surrender. You're in great company. Yeah. You're in good company, because many people, there's some heroes in the Bible who, at some point in their journey, in their quest, in their calling, fulfilling their purpose, they wanted to quit. Mm-hmm. It's not abnormal to have those feelings, to feel like, to think about wanting to quit, because times can get tough. The journey can get rough. It can. It's normal to think about it. But it's our actions, obviously, that speak louder than our thoughts. So you just don't act on it. You keep on going. You take a moment, you pause, you breathe, you cry if you got to, you reflect, and you keep going. If it's something that God has put on your heart, that when you wake up in the morning, it's on your mind. Before you go to sleep at night, it's on your mind. You dream about it, you think about it. It just won't go away. You need to pursue it. And I'm talking not just to you, Blue, but I'm talking to the people who are listening right now, who will be listening later on. Go get it and come back with it. You got to go get it and come back with it. We were all created for a purpose. I can't do what Blue does. Blue can't do what I did and what I do. He said he ain't a preacher, so he doesn't do what I do. I don't do what he does. But you put it together, and we make, that makes a perfect cake. It makes a good cake. When it's all said and done, it's all blended together, and it all comes out good. So, whatever your dreams are, whatever your desires are, that's a great message. And that's even more powerful and more impactful to me as an older cat, an OG, coming from someone like you who's the age of my son. Let me just ask you this. Where did the focus come from? Is that something that was passed down to you from your elders in your family, or someone in terms of a mentor? But where did the focus that you had, where did that come from?
My focus came from me seeing my mother struggle when we were younger. My focus, that's really where my focus came, is seeing her go through what she went through, her struggles, and knowing that as I got older, I wanted to be a provider to my family, to my mother. And the person that she was a great role model and a great example of the type of woman that I'm about to marry now. And to be able to provide for my family the way that I want to provide for them. So that's my biggest motivation. My mentor, I will shout out. My mentor is Allison. She was from Jersey. She actually was one of the VPs at Merck at the time when I first met her. And she's been a super, super big help to me and mentoring me. Of course, Ange. It's just been, that's my biggest thing is just to create a better situation than what I had to go through. And just not working for anybody. I think that when you could create something and you can control your destiny or how much you make or how much you want to make, take vacations when you want to take, enjoy your family when you want to, that means the world to me. So that's my biggest motivation. And
you controlling your life. And the thing about being an entrepreneur is you can't be lazy because you work for yourself.
You can't.
You be lazy if you want to. You be broke and homeless, sitting around waiting for it to happen. You got to go, like I said, go get it and come back with it. Yeah. And that's, I heard you say that a woman was your mentor, and there's nothing wrong with that. Please don't take this the wrong way, what I'm getting ready to say. I'm saying this to challenge some men who may be listening right now. I've even taken it upon myself to go into the school, Falwell, to middle school here in Mount Holly, and I'm mentoring a couple of the young kids who are there, just, because that's what these kids need, particularly the males. A woman, she can be a mentor and give you advice and support you and give you not a handout, but a hand up. That's what, the woman who pulled Moses out of the water, the Pharaoh's daughter, she didn't give him a hand out. She gave him a hand up. He had his sister, a woman, who followed along, and she watched Moses to make sure he was all right. She didn't get into what he was in, but she followed along, kept her distance to make sure he was all right. His mama, another woman, she protected him. He was a child at risk. She protected him, put him in the basket. So women can give men what they need, and we need positive, good women in our lives. But women can't teach a man how to be a man. And we need more men teaching these young men young boys, I should say, how to be men. Absolutely. Because we don't, as people, we don't and I know I'm preaching, let me hear him get off of here. We don't instinctively, little girls don't instinctively grow up and become women. Little boys instinctively don't grow up and become men. Animals do that. A baby bear will grow up and instinctively become a grizzly bear. They do it instinctively. Humans, we don't have that. We have to see it in order to be it. So according to Kwanzaa Kunjufu, he says a young man at the age of 12 or 13 will select a grown man, someone that's older than him, and identify him as what they want to be, that they're the model of manhood. And then they'll start emulating themselves after, whether he's a drug dealer, whether he's a preacher, whether he's an uncle that's just working in a foundry, whatever it may be. A 12-year-old, 13-year-old young boy will identify with what they consider to be the model of manhood and begin to model themselves after that person when they're about 12, 13 years old. So what they see is what they become. And we need, like yourself, we need more male role models for these young men, because there's too many of them trying to become men under the tutelage of women. Not saying that there's anything negative about that, because the women are stepping up, because the men are faltering. Yeah. The women are taking the roles of the men, which they shouldn't have to do that. We're not carrying our load. We're not doing our part. And I didn't mean to say all that, but I said it, and it's my show, so y'all have to hear it. And it's good stuff. It's good stuff. Absolutely. So, man, last words for the people. Our hour's up. Good to have you here. It was excellent. So like I said, I'm impressed with you. I'm connected to you through my nephew, and I look forward to taking this journey with you. I'm going to be a part of the Chiliboats, getting those Chiliboats distributed here in the United States. We're trying to get them in certain schools. I got a connection, too, to a couple of the coaches
Okay.
I didn't have connections. Remember I told you I didn't have numbers
Yes.
a little while ago? I got some numbers the other day.
Nice.
So yeah, we can make that happen. So anything you want to say before you go?
Yeah, I just want to say I want to give a big shout out to Isaiah, your nephew.
Mm-hmm.
I want to give a big shout out to him because he played such a pivotal part in just everything. He was actually there with me in the Bahamas when we first started. He stayed for the month with me. It just, from me even being here today, I just want to give a big shout out to him. I want to give a big shout out to, again, Isabel Mateo for giving me the opportunity to be a part of of course, my wife, I'm going to say my wife, Angela.
There you go.
I want to give a big shout out to her, Charles, who's now trying to open up the Jamaican market. I'm just so thankful of the people that I have around me and the positions that I've been put into. I think when you are in business, your experience outweighs anything because you can't buy experience. And I'm just thankful for everything. I'm thankful for being a part of your show. I truly appreciate it.
Oh, well, listen, bro, you're helping to make my show. You're doing me a favor. Let me get us both up on the screen. Keep praying, Angela. Keep praying. There you go. Richard said, yes, sir. Today, another inspiring young brother, Dennis Blue, out there grinding. Yes, he is.
Appreciate it.
He's on the grind, and that's what you got to do. Again, that's one of my favorite sayings. Go get it and come back with it. So, D, Blue.
Yes, sir.
Bless you, man. I appreciate you for being here today. It's a great conversation. I'm sure. Listen, here's what we're going to do. We're going to bring you back when the Chiliboats hit here in the United States.
Okay.
All right. We're going to do a whole piece. Isaiah, we're going to do a whole piece. You listening to Isaiah? Okay. We're going to do a whole piece on the Chiliboats when they hit here in the United States. All right. And Isaiah is one of my favorite people too, because Isaiah can talk. He'll start talking. And you ever seen like a dog when the dog goes, huh?
Yeah.
That's what I do a lot when Isaiah's talking, because it's like, huh?
Yeah.
Did he really just say that? I'm like, what? And I've learned, I'm 60 years old. I've learned so much from him now that we've reconnected. So listen, everybody, great guest today, Dennis Blue. God bless you, man.
Thank you so much.
Please, can I get an invite to the wedding? I want to heckle y'all while you when the preacher asks, is anybody here has any reason why these two should not be wed today? I'm I ain't gonna say nothing. I'm just gonna make some noise.
Got you.
Appreciate you, man. God bless you, bro.
Thank you so much.
All right, we'll see you next time. Thanks for being with us.
All right.
That is my brother Dennis Blue here in the studio. Y'all, that was a great show. Love it. Time flies. We only have an hour podcast. That's because most people, we can't hold your attention for much longer than that if we do get your attention for an hour. But, man, I wish that we could do this longer because, we just don't have enough time to get everything that's in him out and to be able to benefit from that. But we'll bring him back sometime in the near future, and we'll have another conversation that's fire. Listen, I appreciate all of you for being with us today. Richard Melton, I see you're still with us. Yep, another brother inspiring. Stu, thank you. Chris Womack, you still in the house? What's up, bro? You said salute. You said she got, yeah, she got through. Salute. Are you still there? David Hunt, you still there? Y'all don't forget to like. Yep, don't forget to hit the, or subscribe, I should say, to the Fryar Place. And don't forget to hit the like button. Rodney Lewis, good to see you, my brother. Stuart Winrow, I think I said you. Keenan Harmon, you still there, Keenan? Yeah, Cheryl Williams, thank you for joining us today. He said, we sure do age well, OG. Thank you, Cheryl. I'm going to take that as a comment. McCants, you in the house? Carolina, are you in the house? God bless you, Daryl, Carolina. Vinny Capriati, I missed you, man. I didn't see you come on. You're stuck in between McCants' comments. Thanks for being with us today, bro. Thanks for your support. Who am I missing? Hope. Bless you too. Y'all, we're out of here. We'll be back next week. Same time, same purpose here at the Fryar Place where the conversations are fire. Take care of one another. Love on one another. Watch your back and be safe. Y'all, COVID's still out there. Let's not be silly And I've never caught COVID yet, and I don't intend to, and don't you. All right? We'll see you next week. Okay, now my scenes don't want to work right. Where's it at? Where's that buy button? Oh, there it is, right there. There it is. Y'all, we'll see you next. What is that ringing? Is that you, Isaiah?
That's me for our chat.
Oh, so chat, tell them we're in studio. They're supposed to know we're in studio right now, live. We're going off. I'm going off too. See y'all later. See you next week. Take care.